Here's the tensioner. This is off that New Home 702, and it's got a dial and an arrow, and if you slide the plastic dial straight forward off the tensioner, this arrow is a plastic insert with a rectangular piece on the back that fits into the split on the tensioner stem. This one is not working properly, and I can see immediately what is wrong with it. If we take the plastic nut off the tensioner here, you'll see the release cup is in the wrong spot. So we've got our stop washer, that release cup is in the wrong spot. The cone spring should come next, and then that tension cup is supposed to be down here so that when you push on the release pin, it lifts the spring up. So somebody got this apart and put it back together wrong. And then we'll take our two tension discs, which are kind of sticky, so I'm going to have to clean those up real good. And then this back plate here, and our take-up spring is snapped off here. So we can get our stem loose. And there's only one screw holding the stem in place, so loosen the stem, set screw, and take that out. And here is our take-up spring. I have this loop style one that I'll try and see if it works. Otherwise I might have to trim this replacement spring. But I'm going to take a minute to clean all these parts off, and then we'll get this reassembled. So I have to put the take-up spring on like that, and then I'm going to put our stem in, and I like to have that pre-tension on the take-up spring, so stem in place so that we'll have to wind that spring up about half a turn. And with the stem in place, we get to tighten our screw here, backing plate with the hook that needs to go in, and then our two tension discs. There, make sure that the tab on the back side of this plate is in front there, so that they're and I can already tell I'm gonna have an issue there because this finger is so fat. If the thing gets pulled over it, it's gonna get caught. So I'm gonna have to reform this spring a little bit, but I'll have that shortly. I will, however, have to trim this right now before I continue. Alright, I trimmed that tail off. Now we put our tension cup on, and then our spring, and this washer, and the stop tab is going to face out, and the tab toward the front. And then this is a plastic nut, so you need to make sure it's threaded very carefully before you put it in. Don't cross thread it. And then I've got it just touching the spring. We can put our arrow in, and the arrow fits down in there. And the stopper on the inside of the dial is at 0. So I'm going to put the dial in place at almost 0 and then push it down, turn it down. There we go. The dial is in place, and we'll be ready to test that. I do need to finish bending the spring. I like where it is, but I don't want it to catch on the back side of the dial here. So I'm going to bend it. Here we go. There. Now this is out, so it won't catch on the dial. There we go. I'm liking that. We'll put this back in. Oh, last thing before we install it, the release pin. And now the release pin works. So I'll stick this back in the machine and tighten the set screw, and then we'll be ready to get started testing.